Applejack sat on the edge of Rarity's bed, with a frown plastered on her face. She had known that Rainbow and her older brother were dating since the beginning of October. It was now March. Neither of the two had come up to her to tell her the news. Even if she knew, they should have at least told her something. What would happen if she didn't know? Why didn't they tell Applejack? Rainbow had promised to tell her, and Applejack would have thought that she'd tell her after another week or two passed. She was wrong. So very wrong. Over the past 6 months, Rainbow became happier and changed even more. At this point, the girls were used to the new Rainbow and never decided to question her after Applejack confronted her months before. "Darling!" Rarity sang as she finally came out of her closet. "Darling, I found it!" Rarity held up a plain white t-shirt. "It took you a whole 10 minutes to find a t-shirt?" Applejack questioned. "Well, yes. I don't wear it much." "Okay then. What are we gonna do with it?" "We're going to turn it into a unique and stylish top." Applejack rolled her eyes and smiled as she and Rarity got the materials to transform the t-shirt. "Darling, is anything on your mind? You look upset," Rarity stated as she started to cut the t-shirt in half. "Nothing really. Just thinking about Dash. She changed so much this year, you know," Applejack replied. "Ooh!" Rarity suddenly dropped the scissors. "I know exactly what is wrong with her." "You do?" Applejack was stunned. Did Rainbow tell Rarity instead of her? "Yup! It had taken me a while to figure it out. I was just as confused and suspicious as you were in the beginning of Rainbow's changes. But soon, the answer became obvious." "Well, spill! Why is Rainbow acting so different?" Applejack had to pretend as if she didn't know. "You see, Applejack darling, Rainbow just suddenly began to seem happier than usual. She doesn't snap at Pinky, Twilight, or me as much. You two haven't had that many arguments. She just seems overall like a calmer and different person," Rarity explained. "Yeah?" Applejack pushed. "Applejack, Rainbow Dash is in love!" Rarity squealed. "And love? Rarity, this is Rainbow Dash we are talking about. Are you sure she'd be all giddy and happy over a boy?" Applejack questioned. She felt silly while acting so clueless. "Well, darling, it may seem absurd, but I think that is the only logical explanation," Rarity explained, picking up 2 bottles of glitter and examining them. "I don't think that Rainbow's changes lead to her being in love. Not everyone is like you, Rare." "Applejack, have you ever been in love before?" Rarity put everything that was in her hand down on the table and stared into Applejack's eyes. No, not really." "Well then, how would you know how it can make you feel?" Applejack stayed silent for a few moments. Rarity walked over towards her bed and sat down. She smiled, and her blue eyes shimmered with delight. She played with the curled purple ends, and her frill swung back and forth. "Darling, when you're in love, you feel as if you can do anything. Everything suddenly gets so much better because that one person is in your life. Nothing seems to make you upset or ruin anything because all of your thoughts lead you back to that person that makes everything worth it. It doesn't matter who it is, but that special someone is perfect in your eyes. They're able to change the way you look at life, Rarity explained. I guess I can see what you're saying. But why do you change so much? What if you and this someone have no chance together? Applejack asked, actually curious. Rarity frowned and flattened out her purple skirt. Darling, do you remember what happened when Blue Blood and I broke up after a week of being together? Yeah, of course. You cried for days and Sweetie Belle came over complaining that you ate all of the ice cream in the fridge. Applejack snickered. What did you think of me when I was in such a state? Rarity questioned. Well, in all honesty, Dash and I thought you were just being silly. Just like you said. Y'all had only been together for a week. It didn't make sense for you to be so torn up about it. Applejack, I wasn't upset about the breakup. Applejack gave Rarity a very unamused look. Okay, let me rephrase that. I wasn't entirely upset over the breakup. However, I was mostly upset because Blue Blood wasn't who I thought he was. In my head, he was perfect. I was looking up to him. He changed me, Applejack. When he had shown his true colors, I was angry at him, obviously. But what broke me was the fact that the once perfect man that I once had known and loved was gone in the blink of an eye. He no longer existed. It was like losing a friend. Rarity looked down. Applejack suddenly understood. She didn't know about how Rainbow felt about her brother, but she could tell how her brother felt about Rainbow. When he had come home from his alleged senior club meetings, Applejack saw pure happiness and joy in his eyes. He began to smile and talk more. Her brother was very clearly satisfied and happy with his relationship with Rainbow Dash. As long as he was happy, Applejack was happy. However, it scared Applejack that Rarity had even suggested anything close to Rainbow being in love or relationship-wise. Was it possible that Rarity knew about it as well? Did Rainbow really tell Rarity? Rare? Applejack started. Yes, Applejack? Rarity responded, getting up from her bed and turning her focus back to the custom t-shirt. Let's say that Dash is in fact in love. Rarity gave a hum in response as Applejack continued. Do you have any idea who that person could be? Is she dating that person? Applejack questioned. Rarity looked up as if she was thinking hard. Honestly, I had been trying to see if I could find any hints or clues. You know, seeing the way she looks at others, her reactions to things. Yeah? Did you find anything? Well, I tried to trick her into telling me, but she didn't say. For a good while, I thought that it could have been you or Fluttershy, Rarity said casually. Applejack felt her face immediately heat up. Did Rarity just say what she thought she had said? Me? Rarity, what gave you that idea? Not that there's anything wrong with that, of course. Flutters too? Applejack couldn't even keep her focus on one topic. Well, darling, I said that I thought. The way she teases you, how she takes you seriously, and don't forget, you were one of the first people who made her feel welcome here. You were the first person who offered her a real friendship without deceiving her. I would say that you changed her life. If she hadn't met you when she moved here all these years ago, she probably wouldn't have ever spoken to me or Pinky ever. You gave her the hope and confidence that she still carries with her to this day. I thought that there would be a chance that she liked you. Of course, I don't assume anything. Applejack blushed. She knew that Rainbow valued their friendship, but Rarity had just shown her how important that one act of kindness meant to Rainbow. Okay, but where did the Fluttershy assumption come from? Well, almost the same explanation as yours. Fluttershy has been with Rainbow for most of her lifetime as well. Rainbow had told me that she sees Fluttershy as a sister. I see how Rainbow cares about Fluttershy, and no one can deny how much more careful, patient, and softer Rainbow is when talking with Fluttershy. I've even talked to Fluttershy about it. She says that Rainbow comes to her whenever there is an issue. She told me that she has seen Rainbow cry much more than we ever have. Applejack couldn't imagine it. Rainbow cry? She had only seen Rainbow cry once in 3rd grade. Sure, she may have been close to crying sometimes, but ever since the two were 8 years old, she has never seen a tear slide down Rainbow's face. Maybe it was possible for Rainbow to catch feelings for one of them. Well, I guess I can see where you're coming from. But if you ever find out, you let me know. You hear? Applejack said, now deciding to at least try and help Rarity with the t-shirt. Of course, darling. You know, I could be wrong. But we'll never know until we find out. Rarity smiled as she finally chose some purple glitter. Applejack let out a small laugh. Rarity was wrong, alright. So very wrong.